Hello friends, welcome back for the lecture series of Engineering Mechanics. I am Professor Pratap and Shinde. Welcome you for the Engineering Mechanics lecture series. So in last lecture we have solved some numericals of equilibrium of non-concurrent force system. In that we have solved numericals to find out the reaction of beams. Okay, today we are going to start the new topic which is important in statics. So that is friction. Many times you come across this word friction, yes or no? Yes. I will give you put some example in front of you. We can walk onto the floor or onto the road. This is only because of the friction. For example, if you observe this classroom, there is a mosaic tile is there. Okay, when we walking on this mosaic tile, so instead of that, when some water is splashed on that tile, so what will happen? Yes, definitely you will experience the skiddy, or there is a skiddy experience, or we cannot able to walk easily as compared to the when there is no water. So what it indicates that, yes, in that case, when we splash some water or when there is a water is splashed on that flooring, the friction resistance between the two contact surfaces reduce. So in that case we cannot able to walk easily onto the surface. So friction is important for movement or for walking. Okay, sometimes it is important, but sometimes it found that when there is a working of machine spare parts, in that case, if there is friction between the two spare parts, in that case, the wear and tear of that surface becomes increases. The wear and tear of that surface increases. Therefore, must be some limiting value in that case. So sometimes it is important and sometimes may not be. Okay. So today we are going to start with the topic friction. So what is friction? When body moves or tend to move over another body, a force opposing the motion develops to the contact surface. This force which opposes the moment called as frictional force. So if you observe this body is simply on a rest. Okay, if I draw the free body diagram of this body, so how it will be resemble? So it will subjected to only two forces. What are the two forces? One is its weight, that is active force, and the reaction offered by the surface onto the body. So these two only forces are there. Okay, if you observe the second figure, so in second figure, one force I have applied to this body. I want to pull this body or push this body towards right. So in that case, what happened? If you observe this contact surface, so if you zoom out this surface, what happened? You found out that there is some irregularities between the two surface of contact. When there is irregularity in between the two surface of contact, definitely the friction force will develop. If I zoom out this portion, so the portion is not actually smooth, it has some irregularities like this. So due to this presence of these irregularities between the two contact surface, the friction force will develop. When body moves or tend to move over another body, a opposing force is developed. This opposing force I have here noted by the notation F suffix S. So S is stand for the static friction. So if I draw the free body diagram of this second figure, so this is resemble like this. So here P is the applied force onto the block, W is the weight of this block, and R is the reaction offered by this surface contact on this block. So it is always at the point of contact, it is normal. And once this force comes into the picture, must be the friction offered by the surface onto the block. So this frictional force will be developed between the contact surface, or the force developed between these two contact surface. This is known as your frictional force. So this is the free body diagram when we apply the some force to the block. Let's consider this is my case number 1. Here applied force P, which is less than frictional force, where the force applied to that block is small or less as compared to the frictional force. So what happened in that case? But P is having the certain value which is greater than 0, very smaller amount of force we have applied. So what happened? Yes, the body cannot move as the friction force is maximum as compared to this value of P. The body cannot move towards the right. Okay. Now, if we consider the next case, here in third case, P, instead of P, here I have replaced P by P1. If this P1 which is greater than P but less than F, again P1 is greater than P but which is less than F, what happened? Again there is no motion between the two contact surface, or the body cannot move. Now let's comes towards the, if I am going to increase this force P to the value of P2, now I have change this value of P to the P2. Okay. Now the case of P2 is like that, P2 is becoming more or higher, is greater than this frictional force offered by the surface. What happened? Or we can say that it is just more than that of the frictional force. If the value of P2 is just more than the frictional force, then it is case of the impending motion. What is meant by impending motion? Just on the verge of move. The body is just on the verge of move is known as a impending motion. So here, if in the third case, or we can say that fourth case, in fourth case P2 is greater than P1, which is greater than P, and which is again greater than this Fs, that is the maximum frictional force. So this block is unstable and it is on the verge of movement. When this block is on the verge of movement, this motion is known as an impending motion. Now this value of Fs is known as a value of limiting friction. What is limiting friction? Maximum frictional force offered by the contact surface is known as a limiting friction. Friends, remember this definition. Many times this definition will be appear for in your examination as a theory question. Write down the definition of limiting friction. What is friction? What is limiting friction? So now we come across the another case. Now here this value of P, if I replace it by P3 which is higher than P2, if value of P3 which is greater than P2, so in that case this Fs will be changes to Fk. This Fs will changes to Fk. What is Fs? Static frictional force. Fk is kinetic frictional force. So in that case, this body is in the motion. So in initial case, it is just on the verge of movement. Now in fourth case, it is the car is moving or the body is moving. So in that case, the frictional force developed is known as a kinetic frictional force, and it is always less than the static frictional force. So here I have written that P3 is greater than P2 and Fk, that is kinetic frictional force, which is less than the static frictional force, and the body is on the verge, body is moving in that case, not a verge of move. When it is verge of move, at that time the frictional force is known as a limiting friction or the static friction. Okay. Now the next definition which is important, limiting friction. The maximum frictional force offered by the contact surface is known as a limiting friction. Okay, so here in this case, if you observe this case, P2 is greater than P1 and P2 is just greater than F of S maximum. So in that case, the body is unstable and motion is impending. So in that case, whatever the frictional force offered by this surface on the body will be maximum. So this maximum value of frictional force which is offered by the surface on the body or contact surface is known as a frictional force. So maximum frictional force offered by the contact surface is known as a frictional force. Now coefficient of friction. So what is coefficient of friction? So we know that if this is body, on this body, if I try to pull this body with the help of the force P, so what happen? If I draw the free body diagram of this, the frictional force will be developed. This frictional force is F, and at the contact surface there is a normal reaction. So always remember that the frictional force bears a constant relationship with respect to this N, or we can say that F is proportional to N. So coefficient of friction is nothing but in order to make these two constituents equal. So in that case, we have to multiply it by the constant. That constant is known as a mu. So F is equal to mu upon N. So therefore mu is equal to F upon N. So the ratio of frictional force and normal reaction is known as a coefficient of friction. So this is the constant of proportionality is nothing but the coefficient of friction. As we know that F bears the constant relationship between N. So therefore F is equal to mu into N, where mu is known as a coefficient of friction and mu is equal to the ratio of frictional force to the normal reaction. So this is known as a coefficient of friction. Now most important concept is angle of repose. So for angle of repose, if I draw one figure in front of you, let's say, or I will demonstrate with the help of this duster. Okay, now this is flat surface, and this, let's say this duster I have kept on this surface like this. If I keep this duster on this flat surface, if I increase the angle with respect to horizontal, what happen? If I increase the angle with respect to horizontal, so the duster is on the verge of move. At a certain angle, this duster is on the verge of move. So I will draw the another diagram. So if I increase this angle with respect to horizontal, this theta, this duster will go in a downward direction, or this block will be moved in a downward direction, or we can say that the impending motion, the block is on the verge of motion, so without application of any external force. Here I have not applied any external force. When I increase this angle theta, so at a certain angle this block is try to slide down. So when this block is moving in downward direction without any application of force, so that angle made by the surface with respect to horizontal is known as a angle of repose. So this theta here is known as a angle of repose. Or when the motion is impending, so the angle made by the surface when the motion is impending, then it is called as a angle of repose. Okay, getting or not? Okay, so here this angle theta is known as a angle of repose. Now next topic or next article or next concept is the angle of friction. Now consider a block whose weight is W, which is subjected to a pull of P Newton or force P Newton. So due to this weight and this force P, due to weight, normal reaction will be developed at the contact surface between the block and the surface. This is the reaction offered by the contact surface on the block. Due to this pull, the block will subjected to the frictional force between the contact surface. Let this frictional force is F of S. So there are the two reactions are there, F and N. If we find out the resultant of these two reactions, one in vertical and other in horizontal, if we find out its resultant is, all of you know that, a single force which will produce the same effect as that of the system of forces or the force. So this R represent the resultant of F and N, and the angle made by the resultant with respect to vertical or with respect to the normal is known as a angle of friction. So here the angle theta which made by the resultant with respect to normal reaction is known as a angle of friction. So as we know that when P increases, what happen? If P increases, the F is also increases. If P increases, F is also increases. As F increases, the theta acquires the maximum value. As P increases, F is also increases and theta also changes, and theta acquires the different value as compared to the initial one, and the maximum value offered by that theta, let's say it is alpha. So therefore tan of alpha is equal to F upon N. So if you consider trigonometry is there, let's say instead of this I can show the force here also. This force is F. If we take the tan of theta, so tan theta, initially I will write down the equation, tan theta is equal to opposite side upon adjacent side. So this is F upon N. Now as this F is increases, if P is increases, what happen? F is increases. Yes or no? In order to keep this body in equilibrium, so F is also increases, but this value of F increases up to the limiting value or limiting equilibrium or maximum value of that. So when this F achieves the maximum value, so in that case this theta becomes alpha. So F upon N. So we can write down alpha is equal to tan inverse of F upon N. And this alpha, this angle alpha is known as a angle of friction, or maximum angle is known as a angle of friction. Okay. So today we have learned important of friction, what is a friction, what different cases of friction, then what is the limiting friction, maximum frictional force offered by the contact surface is known as a limiting friction. Then coefficient of friction, what is that we have today learned, then angle of repose and angle of friction. So these are the some terminologies today we have learned. So based on this terminology we have to solve some numericals. So while solving the numericals you are able to draw the free body diagram. Once free body diagram you can able to draw, then rest of the procedure is very simple. By applying the condition of equilibrium you will get your answers. Okay, in next lecture we are going to solve some numericals on block friction as well as on ladder friction. Okay, so thank you very much class. Hope you have enjoyed today's session. Thank you very much.